And are they there with me? I ain't gone nowhere near Kentucky. I ain't gone nowhere Tennessee. I'll take me a old banjo and play it on my knee. Well, a very good morning on the 21st day of November 23. Quite a sharp fall in temperatures since yesterday. It's a cold northerly wind. That'll bring some snow to some places, I'm sure. But it's just worth getting up. I'm going up to Glenquaich for a wander above the west Sian. With the wind coming from the north, I should have some protection on the little climb. I'm rather hoping my second glove is still in the motor car. I realise that I've lost one, and putting my hands in my pocket currently, I've actually lost two now. There's another one who's sitting somewhere on that pathway. A terrible situation regarding losing, here's one. Terrible situation losing handkerchiefs and gloves. But handkerchiefs, I actually thought I'd lost another one, making a record of 4 in 10 days, but I retrieved it from in the house, lying somewhere, so all good. I try to get up here just to try and get the sunrise, which is currently over Buckenty Hill there. But I should have I've been up since 6:30, 25 past 6, but I should have just come up here very first light to capture it. But we'll do that again. There'll be other days of, with blue skies and hard frost. I'd like to see it all white, the hoar frost, and that is pretty good. So we'll go back down to the car, which is down here, and we'll make our way up to Glenquaich and see what's what. I don't want to go any further. There's sheep in the field today over here, and I don't want to disturb them. It's not fair for the sheep. They're such placid little things, and they like doing their own thing. They don't like getting disturbed, not at all. And when they choose a grazing spot, it's like yourself sitting down at the dining table, and if someone moved your chair halfway through service, you would feel a bit aggrieved, wouldn't you? I just stopped for a quick photograph of Loch Fruki this morning. It's absolutely, flat still, just a mirror. It's very, very pretty. The light's not perfect, Annie. It's the sun's got a little bit of fair weather clouds stretched across it, so I'm not getting the strength of the sun gleaming through as I'd hoped. But not to worry. So we're heading along to our destination. So I've been down this way before, but I thought I'd have a little wander down and see if we get a chat with these swans that are on the loch. Am I pointing the camera correctly? Oh, incidentally, I found the other glove that was in the car, so that's good. It's not so bad just now. I don't have my gloves on, but when you get up high in a bit of a wind, it bitters your fingers, you see. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so peaceful, you've no idea. Not a sound apart from the birds. These sheep only about 16 to 18 weeks, and they'll be giving birth to the young ones. The cycle of life continues. So West Sian's over there, and I'm going to be going up following the burn up to where the pylons are. There's a track as well on the other side, but I'm following the track at up past those spruces in March. So I've got my boots in the car, but because it's so dry this morning, they're not required. I don't know what it's going to be like along here, but it's so glorious. It really is. It's incredibly peaceful. There's the swans down there. I'm just going to encroach on them gingerly so that I don't disturb them. I don't want to disturb their peace this morning either. Okay, we'll wait to get over that gate and then we'll have a chat with the swans, hopefully. Okay, so there's about at least 50 pheasant all rose from the marshes, and I can hear the pheasant up in the back woodland. They're all calling to each other to say there's a nuisance individual in the vicinity. I can hear gunshots as well in the background, so they must be shooting somewhere too. They're on the moors shooting grouse. There's only a couple of weeks left, 3 weeks left of the grouse shoot. But the swans were gaggling away to each other, so they know that I'm coming over as well. I think I've disturbed the whole place by coming down. There's the swans chatting to each other, so there's a bloody nuisance coming down the path. Anyway, we've made the disturbance, so we may as well continue any. It's so beautiful. And there's the ducks up as well now. Crikey, I've disturbed everybody. You'd think I was one of those low vibrationals with a stereo system in the motor car. Boom, 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 boom. I like the way the birds talk to each other. I mean, that's the swans chatting away. Yes. So during the recent heavy rains, you can see how much debris was washed up from the loch. All the water levels are right up to this part. All the vegetation and the old plastic feed boxes for the sheep and stuff, and the pheasants. Yeah, it's quite a mess when you see it, isn't it? Oh, the swans are away. They're not up for a conversation, which is a bit disappointing actually. I want to have a chat. They're gone. Never mind, Annie. I might meet up with them again soon. So I think what we'll do, rather than go and disturb anybody else in the vicinity, I think what we'll do is head out to West Sian. These birds are off, they won't come back for an hour or two now. So it's just after a few minutes past 10 o'clock in the morning. As I say, it's the 21st of November 23. That's West Sian farm down there and the old schoolhouse. But there's a Land Rover, when I parked up the car, I saw a Land Rover come down. So I'm assuming that's a shepherd rather than shooters. But Loch Rookie is looking beautiful. I can hear the Land Rover track. Yeah, I'm sure he's in the vicinity. I can't see the Land Rover, but I can sort of hear him. Oh no, it's a car on the main road I'm hearing. I see the main road, but anyway, and that's out towards Garrow. So I'm climbing up the Sian burn is running parallel with me. There's a hill over there called Mildew. A lot of mildews around. I'm not entirely sure what mildew means, I'll have to check that. I really need a Gaelic scholar. I have to make some inquiries and try and get someone who's fluent in Gaelic, who can maybe do some translations for me of the hill names and stuff. I mean, it's a good thing that Auden Survey managed to retain much of the hill names when they were posting these maps, but there's a lot of local names for these hills which have been lost to communities because this is the whole thing about folklore, and why I was very interested. I kick myself constantly that I didn't pursue it further, even on a personal level. But that's life, isn't it? But I would have loved to have just been able to knock on people's doors and said, do you mind if I ask a few questions about the local vicinity? By all means, come in, put your feet up, get a cup of tea and a scone, and ask me what you want to know. Well, this burn over here was a Sian burn. Do you know it by any other name? Yes, we call it the chapel burn or something. There's a chapel down there, you see. The old chapel, it's no, can't find it. Anyway, so let's make tracks. We'll go up past the fir trees and see where we are from that point forward. So the sun's breaking through. It's strong enough now to get through that cloud. At least it's doing its best. And it's a reminder that, well, this is the sun's moved into Sagittarius now. And I mean, it's pretty good news because in 4 weeks' time, that's the shortest day. And then we're moving back into the forward motion to the spring equinox. So it's the next 30 days is fairly crucial in how we get weather-wise, and the fact we've got a full moon coming up, we've got a chunk of it which will be dedicated at night to the light of the full moon, so it's all good. Well, it's not all good. Look at the clutter on the horizon. I mean, there's no wind today. Nothing. There's one or two of them turning, but I could turn my, I could stir my tea quicker than what these things are turning, so they're not really generating any electricity. But the good news for the people who have that erected, whether it's a company, landowner or whoever, when it's not blowing sufficient wind to turn these turbines, we, the consumer, compensate them. The amount of money the people get for the wind turbines not turning and not generating electricity goes into hundreds of millions of pounds. It's a shocking scandal, and as I say already, it's a scam. That's all it is. It's a total scam. And because the snowflake generation have bought into the whole idea that for some reason, because they've got no bloody common sense, they can't think, they think that we're all going to fry. And it's not the case. These pylons have been raised to the maximum level. Thank goodness we don't have the same type of pylons they have in the United States or Canada or even parts of Europe, which are 3 times the size of these, height-wise. But I mean, this is hidden from most of the public, this particular small wind farm. But if you're on the hills, obviously you will see them. And it gives a negative impact on the, I've talked about it before, the spiritual aspect of the landscape. I understand that we have to move with the times, and we can't, remain stationary. But I have to, keep saying that. I mean, for example, they promise us that, for these wind farms, we'll generate jobs. Well, there's no jobs generated at all. In fact, for every wind turbine that's erected, there's 2 jobs lost in other industries. Electricity generating industry, like in gas power stations or coal power stations or whatnot. And the contract for these wind turbines was given to, not always, but mainly in Scotland, to Balfour Beatty. And Balfour do not really employ any local people for the work. They have their set teams, and they just travel around the country doing exactly the same job in different locations. And these people are not even British, they're Filipinos. I met them back in 2012. I saw one recently because I know when I talked about that, well, it's called the Strathallan Wind Farm. Remember I started moaning about the one I saw one day from the Tinker's Loan, the very first one in the crane erecting it. Well, there's going to be 9 at the moment. That's no guarantee that there won't be more, because I've checked with the council. They've sent me a whole bloody thing. In fact, maybe worth making this a separate vlog about this part of today's journey. I contacted the planning department of the council to see if there's any public consultation regarding the wind farm, which is over by the Langside Road. If you view southwest from Strathearn Valley, you'll see them on the horizon. There's currently 4, but there's going to be 9, and they're massive. So the council phoned me back in the same day, believe it or not, from the planning department, and she very kindly said, "I'll send you all information, Andrew." And she says there's nothing we can do about it. The planning permission was agreed back in 2015. I said, well, is there no any time scales regarding if you don't get it sorted with a certain... She says, no. Once the planning permission is agreed, they go as long as they want to do what they want to do. But, so it's called Strathallan. I said, well, it's nowhere near Strathallan. She said, well, that's what they've called it, the Strathallan Wind Farm. It's ghastly, I told her. I said, it's absolutely horrendous. And there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. But I can prevent other ones. Well, not me alone, but But as I say, the Filipinos, I mean, if you think about back in the Philippines, for example, if you were earning $10 a day, for example, that's probably makes you quite wealthy, or $20. But these guys, when they will certainly not be getting the same rates for the same types of jobs in the UK. They'll probably be the reason that they've been brought over from the Philippines is they'll be doing this work for next to nothing. In a monetary sense, I'm sure. They might be getting the equivalent of $50 a day, which makes them very rich when they go back to the Philippines, but in a sense it's cheap slave labour. I can't see them getting the £1,000 a week or more. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. It truly is. So we're heading quite a bit north of Glenquaich at the moment. I'll probably just knit all this in together, make part 1 and part 2, because I'm just wandering. I like meandering around in my own time and just taking things easy. Good morning to you, Mrs. Grals. Watch you don't get the gun. Anyway, let's continue up this pathway. A lot of these tracks, of course, were purposely constructed, not this one, but there's ones over there to haul in all that shite to raise it into the sky. So it's starting to turn because there's a slight breeze just built up now. Just as the sun poked its face through the cloud, that you can see on the rushes there's a slight breeze, enough to get these things starting to move.